Hey, Jindabai, you coming? Get down. She yanked her sister and delivered a slap. The daughter watched Red Mom in despair, her heart racing with fear. Quit the tears. Crying? Why cry? Red Mom glared, telling her sister to teach the brother a lesson. Seeing her brother cowering in the corner, the daughter sighed, saying, "What do I do now? Just cry. Let me be just like you. Just like you." Torn inside, she ended up kneeling before her brother. Finally, she couldn't help but shake and extended her left hand, almost as though to signal, "Just kidding." And at that very instant, her sister hugged her brother tightly, continuously apologizing while putting on a sweet sibling show. Though Red Mom was not having it, she yanked her sister's hair. Shoving her aside, she launched an attack on the brother hiding in the corner, pummeling him as if he were a punching bag. No matter how grim it got, she showed no signs of stopping. Is today serious? Should we take a look? Other families just don't care. We have to watch out for ourselves. Step carefully. The daughter nervously climbed the stairs, staring at the distant twinkling lights in the darkness. With bruised emotions, that glimmer of hope slipped away. The toughest to digest was thinking of her brother gone. Life appeared void of hope as a luxury car idled outside the hospital. Sayoshioi couldn't believe it when the police mentioned they robbed 50 grand, and his sister's anger led to an unfortunate accident with her brother. That eerily coincidental amount reminded Sayoshioi of himself. If only he had honored the burger date together. Sitting on the cruel bench, the girl was buried in a harsh reality. Mom remained as scary as ever. "So you're following Minjun?" Mom sticks with the heroes. Mom won't ditch you even in death. You know what it means, right? After threats, she smiled falsely, drilling her rehearsed lines into her sister's brain. Outside the door, there were not just cops but also the nosy reporters on the prowl. The girl put on a mask and hat. She was escorted into the police car as the woman put on a show, exuding faux helplessness. The girl was led away in a police vehicle. Even though she didn't trust the cop, she couldn't reach the girl. No matter how loud she shouted, the girl stayed down. The grown-ups around her were a complete letdown. The news hit the headlines, and everyone in Korea seemed to know. A 7-year-old boy met his end at the hands of his sister. It was the hot topic. Even if the sheriff bought Sayoshi's story, he was powerless to act. The girl confessed, and all legal steps were taken. Whether genuine or not, she couldn't help. The girl trudged down the street, dodging gazes. Confronted by adults, she was too scared to speak. She dreaded Red Mom's fury, feared she'd vanish too. Red Mom feigned sweetness flawlessly in public. This act of the affectionate mother was her best weapon for evasion. Yet every night, the girl stared longingly at the doll, as if her brother was still there, still giggling, but deep down, she knew it was merely a fantasy. "Jin Gong, but do we still say anything? Oldest can't be trusted. How can you say such a thing? Mingju, sis. Bon, it's just you left behind now. If the elders buy it, then she's really gone." Red Mom snatched everything from the brother and tossed it out. The sister gazed at the remnants of summer but was too scared to say a word. Sayoshioi kept hitting brick walls, then turned to the company's boss, who wore a nonchalant expression, totally unbothered, leaving Sayoshioi feeling hopeless. "If the law can't deliver justice, then this lawyer is useless. Sorry, I've got work to do." As the big shot left the school, Sayoshioi stepped in front of him. He looked up briefly before lowering his guilt flooded in. Sayoshioi bowed his head. Yet the girl's mistrust of adults was deeply rooted. He realized he had lost the trust of the kids, guilt crashing over him again. Sayoshioi attempted to numb his pain, but only brought on mockery. He had a chance to save the day, but squandered it chasing big dreams. "Hey, old man, stop faking the pain. 'Cause I can clearly see you're about to throw up." He sat outside the burger joint, reminiscing about the good old days, how desperately he wished this never happened, just to see that charming smile one more time, sitting outside his mentor's place in the early years. This was his final chance. "Daughter, I messed up big time." I messed up. Oh, I see. Daughter, please help me just this once." "Daughter, this was my fault. I've lost it all." He could no longer bear the inner torment. Pleaded with his mentor, desperate for justice or perhaps trying to assuage his own remorse, distributing flyers like a parade. The previous disdain was a thing of the past. After he signed, he hopped on board with Sayoshioi, looking into the woman, discovering she was a law grad who had been scamming everywhere, executing dozens of cons with the insurance racket. Fresh out of prison, she had only just been released this year. A lawyer who had been caught numerous times, yet didn't have the authority to go through the case files. She couldn't even demand the hospital's cooperation, but thankfully a former colleague furnished the documents, enabling them to devise a plan. However, it was due to outside forces resulting in intestinal complications. The entire abdomen swelled, and the police realized it wasn't the girl's fault, yet felt helpless. The woman was so deceived. This was the loss it noticed from Zio Shuei. However, this move only led to more hardship for the girl. Was it more? She shoved the girl aside and headed into the kitchen. In the girl's desperate stare, she picked up a cooking spatula.